There was once a very wealthy man who had everything he could ever want. His businesses thrived, his houses glittered with gold, and his barns overflowed with grain. But his greatest treasure was his only daughter. She was beautiful, intelligent, and strong, but she carried one flaw: arrogance. She never wanted to share her toys as a child. She never lent a hand when her friends were in need. And as she grew older, she carried the same spirit into everything she did. When her friends fell, she mocked them. When her neighbors needed help, she ignored them. Her father tried everything: gentle advice, stern warnings, even tears, but she would not change. Her heart was locked in selfishness. Finally, in desperation, the man sent her to her grandfather, an old man who lived in the quiet countryside. The girl arrived with pride in her eyes, expecting lectures, but her grandfather didn't shout, didn't scold. He simply said, "Sit with me, child. Let me tell you a story." Long ago, in this very city, the grandfather began, people suffered from a strange illness. Their hearts grew heavy, not from sickness, but from selfishness. Every time someone refused to help a neighbor, their heart lost a little strength. They became weaker, slower, colder, until they could barely stand. But there was one man who was different. He was not rich, not powerful, but he helped everyone he could. He carried firewood for widows, food for the hungry, and even gave away his last coin to a beggar. People whispered, "Surely he will collapse. Surely he will burn out." But instead, he grew stronger. His eyes shone brighter. His steps grew firmer. His heart, though unseen, grew larger each time he gave. One day, a child asked him, "Why don't you ever tire of helping? Doesn't it drain you?" The man laughed softly. "No, child. For every hand I lift, I borrow a piece of their heart. My strength does not leave me, it multiplies." Years later, when the man died, the people gathered in awe, for his life had been long, his body strong, and his heart was still fresh even though he was dead. When the doctors examined it, they found it was unlike any other. It had grown vast and radiant, as though it was made of many hearts stitched into one. The grandfather paused, his voice trembling with wisdom. He looked at his granddaughter and said, "Child, you think holding on makes you strong, but strength comes only by giving. Do you want to live small and heavy like those who refuse to help, or great and radiant like the man whose heart carried many?" For the first time, the girl was silent and shook her head. She looked at her hands, and in her young heart, a seed of change was planted. From then, she became the daughter the father wanted her to be. Helping others doesn't weaken you, it builds you, it shapes you, it transforms you. The more you give, the more you become. Helping is not subtraction. It is the only kind of addition that multiplies forever. When we help others, we discover our hidden strength. When we lift someone up, we rise with them. Helping is not subtraction. It is the rebirth of purpose. Sometimes, the very act of giving to someone else is what awakens the sleeping giant inside us. Always remember that the bridge you help another cross may be the same bridge that leads you back to yourself.